We are, in fact, showing you non-stop coverage as far as the NCB's crackdown and investigation is concerned. And the latest that we are picking up is that there were two teams that were first at the residence of Shah Rukh Khan this afternoon. And they were gathering more documents as far as Aryan Khan's case is concerned. And while leaving Shah Rukh Khan's residence, there was a quick reaction that we also received from the official in concern. Meanwhile, the other update that we are also tracking is that Bollywood actor Ananya Panday, who has also been called in for questioning, because remember, there were more details that they have gathered after there were digital evidences and WhatsApp chats that were also accessed by the NCB investigation. We listen in to what the NCB official had to say.
इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन में क्वेश्चनिंग के लिए उनको बुलाया जाता है। इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि वो कल्प्रिट हैं या वो ही इन्वॉल्वमेंट है। क्वेश्चनिंग में विटनेसेस को भी बुलाया जाता है, क्वेश्चनिंग में सस्पेक्ट्स को भी बुलाया जाता है। इन्वेस्टिगेशन है, इन्वेस्टिगेशन में क्वेश्चनिंग के लिए उनको बुलाया जाता है। इसका ये मतलब नहीं कि वो कल्प्रिट हैं या वो ही इन्वॉल्वमेंट है। क्वेश्चनिंग में विटनेसेस को भी बुलाया जाता है, क्वेश्चनिंग में सस्पेक्ट्स को भी बुलाया जाता है।
Well, that was the NCB official who was speaking to the reporters there right outside Mannat. What was being said that there was one team of the NCB that was dispatched to Mannat, that is Shah Rukh Khan's residence, and what is being said that the NCB team was there to collect some documents in connection with the Aryan Khan case, which is still being investigated by the NCB, because it was yesterday by the special NDPS court that Aryan Khan's bail, once again, that was rejected. Now his team of lawyers who have now approached the Bombay High Court, and the matter will be taken up next week for his bail. In the meantime, what is being said, Priyanka, who is right now joining us live this afternoon. Priyanka, you have been constantly tracking all the updates right outside the NCB office. It is 1:30 now. In about half an hour's time, we are told Ananya Panday, who has been summoned now by the NCB to appear before them at 2 p.m.
Well, yes, the nexus keeps getting deeper, as we had seen by the NCB officials had also claimed that there might be big names of Bollywood that might be involved in this entire drug nexus, and that's exactly what we see. First with Imtiaz Khatri's name that had come up, the raids had carried out on his residence, and now with Ananya Panday, house being searched and she being summoned to NCB itself. There are WhatsApp chats. There was communication between Aryan Khan and Ananya Panday, what officials have told us. But of course, they have said that it does not mean that she might be a culprit in it, but the summons has been sent to her so that she can be questioned further. That means she is somewhere or the other related to this entire drug nexus. Somewhere or the other has some information about this entire drug cartel that the NCB is right now investigating, the epicenter of which is in fact Aryan Khan and whoever he was in communication with. Because remember, earlier as well, Aryan Khan's WhatsApp chats, as we had heard, had been sent to the court, had been submitted before the court, and these WhatsApp chats were between him and a foreign national who were talking about procuring bulk quantity of drugs to India and of course in Mumbai, and that's why NCB is investigating this further, trying to unravel this entire web and to understand who all in fact were a part of it. Now the latest being Ananya Panday, who NCB has reason to suspect had something to do with this entire drug nexus. At what capacity in fact NCB is yet to clarify, but the summons has been sent, and that in itself is a very telling sign that the NCB is getting nearer to unearthing this entire nexus, and they have claimed from day one that there will be bigger names of Bollywood that will be involved in this entire nexus. They suspect that bigger names are more involved in this entire nexus, and they will be summoning them, questioning them, interrogating them, investigating them one by one, and that's exactly what we see happening right now, Amita.
Priyanka, stay with us, and we have this latest information coming in as far as Ananya Pandey's summons are concerned, that there were chats between Aryan Khan and Ananya Panday that have now surfaced, on the basis of which she has been summoned, and further investigations will now reveal what possibly was the entire chat about, but also help us understand the NCB's investigation as well, Priyanka, because now more names that seem to be emerging as far as the NCB crackdown is concerned. And now the latest breaking news that we're also picking up is that these are chats between Ananya Panday and Aryan Khan that have now surfaced from the WhatsApp chats that have been retrieved by the NCB. Priyanka, help us understand the same.
Well, yes, Aryan Khan's communication was something that the NCB was interested in from day one. They had unearthed several chats between Aryan Khan and a foreign national who they were talking about procuring bulk quantity of hard drugs. And apart from that, of course, there were other people as well from Bollywood that Aryan Khan had been in touch with. But what kind of conversation was it that he was having with Ananya Panday that gave NCB enough reason to suspect that she also was involved in this entire drug nexus as well is something that we will have to wait for an official confirmation of. But from the signs of the investigation, what we get to know is that, of course, there must have been something incriminating in those conversations in the WhatsApp chats between Aryan Khan and Ananya Panday, so that NCB has now summoned her so that they can question her further to understand this entire drug nexus. Because remember, the very first day the NCB had stated their agenda very clearly, claiming that they need to clear up drugs from Bollywood, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. And if these kind of conversations, as earlier they had stated in the court, between Aryan Khan and foreign national has been unearthed, there might be other conversations as well which might be just as incriminating. And remember, Aryan Khan was also the NCB officials in the court had stated that they might levy Section 29 of the NDPS Act against Aryan Khan, which means that he was a part of a bigger conspiracy, that he was a part of a bigger cartel, so that who was in fact involved in getting drugs to India, getting drugs in Mumbai. And that's exactly why now the NCB is looking into the digital evidence that they have seized from Aryan Khan with respect to his WhatsApp chats, and more names are coming out with that in that angle of the investigation as well. The latest being WhatsApp chats that have been recovered by NCB between Aryan Khan and Ananya Panday, which details of which we will get to know as soon as she is called to the NCB and her statement is recorded, and so that she can also be asked questions about further nexus of this entire drug cartel as well that the NCB has been investigating about.